Yes. What's going on, USA, Canada, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging out with me on the 102nd episode of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show, live and direct from StreamYard and alongside with YouTube and alongside with the Instagram live feed. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you can be in the know on when each episode is going to be dropping and when I'm going to be on Instagram live and all that other stuff. So I'd like to go over. Hold on a minute. And the most important part is for you out there, supporters out there that's actually listening. In case you missed any previous episodes, new or the latest episodes, don't worry, everything's going to be uploaded to the YouTube channel page of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. Is where you can subscribe to the channel, tap the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream, and of course be sure to leave a like and a comment along with the episodes. Plus, you want to make sure that you stay tuned for more of your content, upcoming episodes, and previous episodes whatsoever. And of course, tell a friend to another friend, and I will go over where you can listen to the episodes on every streaming platforms at the end of the show. All right. Now, for those of you out there who want to support and stuff, of course, you have your chance to make a charitable donation to my Cash App, so you can support the show, help it grow, and for the most part, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It's about what you can do as a human being on whatever amount of money you decide to donate that you desire and choose will be appreciated. And also make sure you leave a 5-star rating and a review on the podcast, of course, right here, and on Podchaser, Podfriend, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. 5-star rating will be appreciated. All right. So now hold on a minute, because I'm going to go over a little recap of episode 101, because what happened was after I finished recording on the Instagram live feed, it went white. So I'm gonna go over the topics that I did in episode 101, so I could excuse me, so I can actually apply that to this episode right here. So just stay with me here. Hold on. Yes, let's see. Okay. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the topics that was already how this should happen here. Yeah, we're gonna go over the topics and stuff. So 1525. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go over the channel. All right. So this is okay. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Give me a sec. Trying to look for a way to actually do this. And all right. So as you can as you can tell, I'm going to actually go over. All right. So in episode 101, we went over different hip hop groups. So the hip hop groups that we went over are want to make sure I get this right. We we went over we went over the De La Soul. We went over the music discography of Public Enemy, and of course a little bit of music coolaid of hip hop history, and and of course some gaming news, of course. So wait, the let me just get where I actually did. So let me get to this. So the hip hop history thing that we went over had to do with if I'm not mistaken, um I'm sorry. Let me just look for it. Yeah, we did a little hip hop history, so I want to actually make sure that I actually cover that as well. So the hip hop history that we went over, if I can remember, if I can remember which one, um, if I can remember which one actually, um, we went over, we went over. Let me make sure. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Yeah, we went over Common's um Electric Circus album. Today we're gonna be reviewing a hip hop history in regards to Nas's Godson album. So on this day in hip hop history, Nas released his sixth studio album, Godson, in 2002. This may be Nas' most emotional album, coming at a rough time in his personal life. Um, hang on a second, folks. Excuse me. Yes, with the passing of his mother and his bout with fellow New York rapper Jay-Z at its height, Nas catered his lyricism to be more introspective in relation to his own trials and tribulations. Nas crowned himself God's son in tribute to his mother's legacy, and to point out a self-acclaimed likeness to Jesus Christ. The production Nas collected for this project was astounding, working with the Alchemist, Salam Remy, Eminem, and even Alicia Keys helped to create a sound true to New York hip hop with its own modern twist. Salam Remy produced the bulk of the album, and in a time when rap was something for the club and a Neptune's beat was a signature, this soulfully classic sound was refreshing. The beats alone were critically acclaimed, being mentioned in Vibe and Stylist magazine and by countless critics. Lyrically, Nas went in the opposite direction of what was popular at the time. As always, there was a true and necessary message behind everything that was said in the album, not to mention his flow and delivery were impeccable. And yes, of course, obviously, I forgot to mention this is I forgot to mention this segment right here, Music Kool-Aid. So let me just get to this right now. I'm sorry. Yes, where was I? Yes, Nas went in the opposite direction of what was popular at the time. As always, there was a true and necessary message behind everything that was said on the album. Not to mention his flow and delivery were impeccable. The content was also deeply connected to what was going on in his town. No, excuse me, his own life. His references on songs like Warrior and Last Real Nigga Alive were in reverence of his recent past mother. He even dedicated the track Dance to his mom. There were also a lot of Christian undertones throughout the album, whether it be through titles of a song or metaphorically in bars spat. Nas's religious views were intertwined excuse me, with the majority of this album. Some of the other lyricists featured on the album were Alicia Keys and Nas's ex-wife, Khalees. Commercially, this album was successful as well. It was certified platinum on January 14, 2003, and peaked at number 18 on the US Billboard 200 chart. It also claimed the number one spot on the Billboard Hip Hop R&B chart. The singles from this album, Major Look, I Can, and Get Down, were also hits. Two of the three release claim spots on the Billboard Hot 100. Major Look peaked at number 32, and I Can peaked at number 12. I Can has become a timeless song in hip hop over the years, being an anthem of lifelong success for children in the black community. Yes. Yes, I can actually agree with this though. All right. All right, so let's get into Digable Planets since we're talking Brooklyn today. And yes, the title of the episode is Brooklyn in the House Say It Now, which is dedicated to the music discography of Bobby Shmurda, Digable Planets, Talib Qweli, and of course, we just did a little musical. We This is also part of Music Kool-Aid as well. which is the hip hop history of each music artist who dropped their albums and stuff, and the anniversaries and stuff. So there you have it right there, and along with upcoming video games. So there you have it. Now, okay, Digable Planets. Yes, Digable Planets is an American hip hop group trio formed in 1987. The trio is composed of rappers Ishmael Butterfly Butler, Mariana Ladybug Mecker Vieira, and Craig Doodlebug Irving. The group is notable for their contributions to subgenres of jazz, rap, and alternative hip hop. Um, all right, let's go over the history. Um, the origins. Butler and Irving met in Philadelphia in the late 1980s. Originally from Seattle, Butler was interning at Sleeping Bag Records in New York and would visit his grandmother in Philadelphia, where he met local native Irving, who was rapping with a group called the Dread Poets Society. Irving had in turn met Vieira, who was originally from Silver Spring, Maryland, while attending Howard University in Washington, D.C. The initial demos recorded under the name Digable Planets featured only Butler, but after a brief stint with two other members, Butler began collaborating with Irving and Vieira in 1989. From 1992 to 1993, reaching a new refutation of time and space. The group signed to Pendulum Records in 1992, and all three band members moved to Brooklyn, New York. Their debut album, Reaching, was released in 1993, certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. The album's lead single, Rebirth, was slick. Cool Like That became a crossover hit, peaking at number 15 on Billboard magazine's singles chart, earning gold certification by the RIAA, and winning Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group at the Grammy Awards. The track peaked at number 67 in the UK singles chart in February 1995. From 1994 to 1995, Blowout, Comb, and Breakup. The group's second album, Blowout Comb, was released in 1994. The album was noted by critics as a stark departure from the previous album, being darker, less hook oriented, and more overtly political in its references to Black Panther and communist imagery. Writing for Spin in December 1994, Craig Marks declared it a beguiling, demanding, damn near revolutionary follow up. Blowout Comb features guest appearances from artists Jeru the Damager, um, Solomon, and Guru of Gangstar. In the same year, the group appeared on the Red Hot Organization's compilation album Stolen Moments, Red Hot and Cool. The album meant to raise awareness and funds in support of the AIDS epidemic in relation to the African American community, was heralded as Album of the Year by Time magazine. The band subsequently disbanded in early 1985, citing creative differences. From 2005 to the present, reunions and live album. In February 2005, the trio reunited and embarked on a reunion tour, which was followed by the release of a compilation album titled Beyond the Spectrum, The Creamy Spy Chronicles, on October 15, 2005. The album combined previously released material with remixes and B-sides. From 2009 to 2011, Butler and Irving toured across the US, Canada, and Europe with a live band, the Cosmic Funk Orchestra. The group performed at Numbers in Houston, Texas on May 15, 2010. Alongside the hip hop duo Camp Low. During an interview with the Houston Chronicle near the time of this show, Irving stated that a new single would be released called Fresh Out and that a new album was planned for digital release in summer of 2010. The group also performed alongside hip hop group The Far Side at the North by Northeast Music Festival in Toronto, Ontario on June 19, 2011. A reunion show scheduled for December 2012 in Seattle, Washington was canceled days before the performance. When asked in a subsequent interview about the group's status, Butler stated, "I think it's the end." Despite Butler's previous statement, it was announced in October 2015 that the trio would again reunite for a concert at Seattle's Neptune Theater on December 30th alongside Shabazz Palaces. Digable Planets held a reunion tour during spring and summer 2016, followed by the release of their live album Digable Planets live in June 2017. Um, Butler released Bright Black under the moniker Cherry Wine in 2003 before going on to collaborate with multi-instrumentalist Tendai Baba Morer as the group Shabazz Palaces, which has released 5 albums. Butler has also been employed by Sub Pop's A&R division and is helping the label build its repertoire of artists that are imaginative and daring. Hold on. Butler Mer- and Morer later collaborated with Hasim um, Kalanji as Chimurenga Renaissance to release Rise in March 2014 on Brick Lane Records. Irving, also known as C Knowledge, released 2 albums under the name C Knowledge and the Cosmic Funk Orchestra. Vieira, also known as Lady Mecca, released Trip the Light Fantastic in 2005. She has continued to collaborate regularly with other musicians, notably on Legacy Sony's Billie Holiday remixed and reimagined album Del the Funky Homo Sapiens 11th Floor and with hip hop supergroup EMC. Vieira joined hip hop group Dino 5 as the voice of Tracy Triceratops. Oh man. Vieira later joined Brazilian hip hop fusion group Brookzil with fellow Dino 5 member Prince Paul. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Damn, they really broke up. That sucks. All right, so Bobby Shmurda. Of course, obviously. So Bobby Shmurda is an American rapper. Along with Roddy Rebel, Shmurda is considered a pioneer of Brooklyn drill music. He rose to international fame in 2014 with his song Hot Nigga, aka the Shmurda Dance, peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. The success of the single led to Shmurda signing a deal with Epic Records. His debut EP, Shmurda She Wrote, was released on November 2014. I'm not even gonna really get into the whole thing because everybody kind of knew about what happened in 2014. I'm not gonna get into this. So let's get into the career. So the first song that he remixed was Crime Mob's Nuck If You Buck. However, he did not receive any attention until 2014 with the release of his song Hot Nigga, aka Shmurda Dance. The song uses the instrumental from Lloyd Banks' 2012 song Jackpot. The song and its accompanying music video went viral shortly after being uploaded to YouTube in the spring of 2014. Shmurda's signature Shmoney dance, which he performs in the video, soon became an internet meme and was featured in numerous popular vines from the latter half of 2014. It was also replicated by Beyonce and Jay-Z during their On the Run tour, and by Canadian rapper Drake while hosting the 2014 ESPY Awards, among other celebrities. Freestyles over the instrumental were made by a number of rappers after its release, including Juicy J, French Montana, Little Kim, Gunplay, and T.I. Following the song's viral success, Shmurda was signed to Epic Records, and the song was officially released as his debut single under Epic. The song topped the Hot R&B Hip Hop charts. Yes, songs charts, and peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, eventually being certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. The music video received over 649 million views on YouTube as of July 2020. The song's official remix featuring guest vocals from Fabulous, Chris Brown, Jadakiss, Rowdy Rebel, Busta Rhymes, and Yo Gotti was released on September 4th, 2014. A reggae remix of the song was also released in August 2014 that featured Junior Reid, Mavado, Popcorn, and Ja X. Shmurda also became known for his song Bobby Bitch, which peaked at number 92 on the Billboard Hot 100. His debut EP, Shmurda She Wrote, was released on November 10th, 2014. Yeah, yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna skip that part. Everybody knows about what happened to him, so I'm not even gonna get into that one right there. So of course his album was delayed. His album was delayed due to imprisonment, and it was produced by Jalil Beats. So I'm just doing a little elaboration with you folks right here. So anyway, in February 2017, Shmurda freestyled for rapper Meek Mill and claimed that he was still writing music while in prison. Yeah, the following year, Shmurda featured on fellow rapper 6ix9ine's single "Stupid," phoning in his verses over the prison telephone. The single peaked at number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100. Shmurda made his first concert performance appearance since being released from prison at Rolling Loud Festival in Miami, Florida on Friday, July 23rd, 2021. On September 3rd, 2021, Shmurda released his first single since his release from jail, No Time for Sleep Freestyle. On March 27, 2022, after years of conflict with Epic Records, Bobby Shmurda's request for release was approved and finalized. I'm not even gonna really. I'm not gonna go over this shit though, man. Um. Anyway, so the discography. Okay, so we got a list of mixtapes with year release. Okay, so Shmurda, um, was released July 8th, 2014, for digital download. Shmurdaville, October 14th, 2014. Also digital download, and that's labeled GS9 Shmurdaville, and released October 28th, 2022 for digital download. That's Shmurda Got Cash. So and yeah, Shmurda She Wrote went gold. US 79, US R&B and hip hop charts is 7, US rap 5, certification gold. Now, Bad Boy was released August 5th, 2022. And of course the digital download. So let's get to the singles. So actually, so let me just see this though, man. We really went over the singles. So yeah. Everybody knows the singles and stuff, man. So I'm not even gonna get into all that right there. All right, so up next is Talib Qweli. Yes. Talib Qweli, born October 3rd, 1975, is an American rapper. He earned recognition early on through his collaboration with fellow Brooklyn rapper Mos Def in 1997 when they formed the group Black Star. Kweli's musical career continued with solo success, including collaborations with producers and rappers Kanye West, Just Blaze, and Pharrell Williams. His most recent album, Gotham, was released in 2020. In 2011, Kweli founded his own record label, Javadi Media. Um, Now we'll go to his music career. Kweli made his debut in 1997 with featured 5 appearances on Doom, an album by Cincinnati, Ohio group Mood. In Cincinnati, Kweli met High Tech, and the two collaborated on a few underground recordings as Reflection Eternal, including Fortified Live 1997 and B-Boy Document 99 Chaos, featuring the High and Mighty. Ruckus Records collaborative projects from 1998 to 2000. Shortly afterwards, upon returning to New York, he reconnected with Mos Def and formed Black Star. Kweli brought along High Tech to produce 1998's Mos Def and Talib Qweli are Black Star. The album, released amidst a late 90s renaissance of conscious Afrocentric hip hop, was hailed by critics and achieved modest mainstream success. Kweli and High Tech continued their Reflection Eternal partnership on the 2000 album Train of Thought. The album was recorded at Electric Lady Studios. Hip Hop for Respect. An EP, Hip Hop for Respect, was organized by Mos Def and Kweli to speak out against police brutality, specifically the case of Amadou Diallo. The project was released one EP for Ruckus Entertainment. On February 4th, 1999, Amadou Diallo was shot 41 times by police officers while reaching into his pocket for his wallet. Diallo was unarmed. The project aimed to assemble 41 MCs to represent the 41 shots fired. Rappers featured on the EP include Owen Brown, Evil D, Cool G Rap, Rod Digger, Sporty Thieves, Shabam Sadiq, Common, Pharomonch, and Post Newells, Dante, and Main Flow of Mood, 9, Taye, Phoenix, Breesley, Bruin of the Juggernauts, Punchline, Imani, Uzuri, EIP, and Mr. Len of Company Flow, Jawborn of Medina Green, John Forte, Mr. Khalil, Free, J Live, Rubik's Invincible, Wordsworth, AL, Kofi, Taha, Tame One, Jane Doe, Graph, Shaheem, Channel Live, Wise Intelligent, Capadonna, Crunchlow, Rock, Nonchalant, Razzcast, Dead Prez, and Parrish Smith. Producers included Mr. Mr. Khalil, Organized Noise, and 88 Keys. Um, 88 Keys. Okay, Red Hot Organization. In 2001, Qweli and Mos Def contributed to the Red Hot and Indigo compilation album created by the Red Hot Organization. The compilation was a tribute to Duke Ellington that raised money for various charities devoted to increasing AIDS awareness and fighting the disease. Black Star collaborated with fellow artists John Patton and Ron Carter to record Money Jungle. In 2002, Qweli contributed to the critically acclaimed Red Hot and Riot, a compilation CD created by the Red Hot organization in tribute to the music and work of Nigerian music Fela Kuti. He collaborated with fellow hip hop artists Dead Prez, Orhaid Ben, and Bilal to remake the Fela Kuti song Shuffering and Smiling for the album. Ruckus Records solo albums from 2001 to 2006. In 2002, Qweli released his first solo album, Quality, which featured production from a variety of producers, including DJ Quick and Kanye West. The album was met with widespread critical acclaim and received some mainstream attention thanks to the West produced single Get By, which peaked at number 77 on the Billboard Hot 100. Quality peaked at number 21 on the US Billboard 200 and at number 6 on the R&B hip hop albums chart. In February 2004, Quality featured on Kanye West's Get 'Em High off of West's debut album, The College Dropout. Quality made a whole Quality made a total of 3 appearances on Dave Chappelle's Chappelle Show. He was the second musical artist on the show, which aired on January 29th, 2003. For his second appearance, Qweli partnered with Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def, as Black Star for the finale of the show's first season on April 9th, 2003. His third and final appearance on the show aired 1 year later on April 7th, 2004. In the summer of 2004, Qweli, along with Bob Moore, amazing Mongrels, supported the Beastie Boys on their Shala at Your Boy, Shala at Your Boys World Tour. Oh man. The same summer appeared on the Dilated Peoples song called Live on Stage. A live remix was later featured on the video game NBA Street Volume 2. In the summer of 2004, Qweli also featured at Dave Chappelle's Block Party as both as a solo act and as one half of Black Star, and he was later featured in the film and soundtrack. In November 2004, he released his second solo album and final records released, The Beautiful Struggle, which debuted at number 14 on the Billboard 200. Qweli responded to Jay-Z's 2003 song Moment of Clarity, in which Jay-Z rapped, "If skills sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Talib Qweli," in his own track Ghetto Show, featuring Common and Anthony Hamilton by stating, "If lyrics sold, then truth be told, I'd probably be just as rich and famous as Jay-Z." The album featured much more commercial production, including efforts from the Neptunes, Kanye West, and Just Blaze. In 2005, Qweli had appeared in an episode of Trippin', a 2005 MTV environmental documentary television series hosted by Cameron Diaz, also featuring Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon. On the show, said celebrities visit various ecological locales around the world, in particular underprivileged areas of the world. The 4 of them traveled to Tanzania to to visit one of the world's largest and most thriving ecosystems left on the planet, the Serengeti Plain. There, they had gone into the depths of the Serengeti plain with a few local zoologists at the time. Blacksmith Records from 2005 to 2009. In 2005, Qweli released a mixtape CD with his newly formed Blacksmith Records called Right About Now, the official Sucker Free Mix CD, a title which is considered a response to criticism of the beautiful struggle. Some people regard Right About Now as an album because of its availability through commercial sites and its release of two singles. Right About Now also lacks the DJ overlays often accompanied by mixtapes, which makes the CD feel more like an album. The album sold 16,000 copies in its first week of release, debuting at number 113 on the Billboard 200, sparking more sparking some controversy on Right About Now. Qweli sampled Ben Queller's, in other words, for his own song Miss Hill. In part 7 of Queller's video podcast series, 1 Minute Pop Song, Queller said he found Qweli's use of the song a little fucked up due to the fact that it was sampled without permission. In a similar incident, Qweli reacted with outrage on Twitter when a verse from Fly Away was sampled in Peter Andre's track of the same name. Qweli stated, I protect the integrity of my music like a grizzly protects cubs. Oh shit. Oh whoa. Wow. Oh shit. Woe to those who actively stand in the way of that. Qweli has not publicly addressed his unauthorized use of Quellers, in other words. Um in 2006, Qweli signed a distribution deal with Warner Brothers Records for Blacksmith Records. Warner Brothers launched an online community via Second Life for Qweli. In January, Qweli was featured in a commercial for the NCAA's Big Ten Conference, rapping about the league's basketball teams. In February 2006, Qweli provided the voice of the protagonist in the graffiti-themed video game Mark Echo's Getting Up, Contents Under Pressure. In October 2006, Qweli performed on MTV's Wildin' Out, hosted by Nick Cannon. On December 31st, 2006, Qweli released 9 songs he recorded with underground producer Madlib for free download in conjunction with the website for Stones Throw Records, the label to which Madlib is signed. The album was entitled Liberation, of which Qweli states in an interview with XXL magazine that releasing the album was liberating to him. In 2007, the album was made available for purchase. In 2007, Qweli signed rapper Gene Gray and the group Strong Arm Steady to Blacksmith Records. Also in 2007, Qweli released his third solo album, Eardrum, on August 21st. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, supported by the first single, Listen. Qweli embarked on a national Australian tour in October 2007, Eardrum, which featured a mix of mainstream and underground producers like Kanye West, Just Blaze, will.i.am, Nick Speed, and Pete Rock. Received generally favorable reviews and went on to sell 129,000 copies after 4 weeks. Also in 2007, Qweli released a mixtape entitled Focus. October saw Qweli play one of China's earliest music festivals, the the U Festival, organized by Splitworks alongside Faithless and Ozo Oz Oza hold on. Ozo Motley. Okay, get it. Um In March 2008, Qweli was featured on MTV's TV show Made as the coach of Colin Colt, a young man who wanted to be made into a rap star. Also in March, Qweli released his Hostile Gospel video, which appeared as the new joint of the day on BET's 106 in Park. Qweli was a featured artist on the Ninth Wonder and Buckshot album, The Formula, released on April 29th, 2008. Qweli's Blacksmith Records split with Warner Brothers in December 2008. Qweli confirmed to allhiphop.com that Warner Brothers would still distribute Reflection Eternal and Qweli projects, but not other acts on the Blacksmith label. Qweli was featured at the fifth installment of Hot 97 radio personality Peter Rosenberg's acclaimed live interview series, Noisemakers with Peter Rosenberg, on October 21st, 2009. Qweli recorded a mixtape entitled Party Robot with singer Rez and musician Graf Noble under the group alias Idol Warship. The mixtape was released as a free download on the website for Qweli's label Blacksmith with two different cover art options in late 2009. There were videos shot for two of the songs from the album, Bedroom Lights and Black Snake Moan. Oh shit. Not the movie, man. Oh, that's another movie I got to review too. In February 2009, it was announced that Qweli would be featured in the graphic novel turned animated series Blockheads on MissionG.com, voicing the lead part of the character Black. Additionally, Qweli is a spokesperson and mentor for P-Tones Records, a nonprofit after-school music program whose mission is to create constructive opportunities for urban youth through no-cost music programs. Qweli and DJ High Tech released a second Reflection Eternal album titled Revolutions Per Minute on May 18, 2010. Revolutions Per Minute was recorded at Electric Lady Studios. It is the second album after a 10-year hiatus. The album received generally positive reviews from most music critics based on an aggregate score of 80 out of 100 from Metacritic. Javadi Media from 2010 to the present. Glitter Rainbow's Qweli's fourth solo album was the first to be released by his newly formed Javadi Media. The album was originally intended to be a digital-only release. However, on November 16, 2010, Duck Down Records announced its plans to offer Gutter Rainbows a CD release outside U.S. This included an import edition and a special edition with extras. In its first week, the album sold 13,900 copies in the United States. In December 2010, Qweli appeared with Daryl McDaniels, Mixmaster Mike, and Ahmet Zappa on a cover of Frank Zappa's Willie the Pimp for Frank Zappa birthday bundle 2010. Damn, man. In 2011, Qweli was featured on the soundtrack for the film Beat the World with the song Infinite Love. Qweli's fifth solo album, Prisoner of Conscience, earned its title because of Qweli's instant labeling as a conscious rapper. It also pays tribute to Nigerian reggae artist Magic Fashek's album Prisoner of Conscience. Before the release of Gutter Rainbows, Qweli began working on POC and put cuts originally intended for Ladder on Rainbows. Upon its May 7th, 2013 release, Prisoner of Conscience was met with generally favorable reviews from music critics and debuted at number 48 on the Billboard 200 chart. The album featured guest appearances from Nelly, Miguel Currency, Kendrick Lamar, and Busta Rhymes. production by RZA, J. Cole, Oh No, Harry Fraud, and others. The selection of the tracks on this album were more experimental and worked towards illuminating musically. Qweli went on to release music videos for Hamster Wheel. Yes, Hamster Wheel. Upper Upper Eklund and Come Here and more. In August 2013, Qweli announced that in 2014 he would release his next studio album, Gravitas. The album included guest appearances from Raekwon the Chef, Black Thought from The Roots, and The Underachievers, with production by Oh No, Static Selector, and Jay Dilla, the late great Jay Dilla from Slum Village. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, Matthew Lawrence, man. Shouts to Matthew Lawrence for viewing this actually. So anyway, so in the summer of 2015, Qweli released another free album entitled Fuck the Money, featuring guest appearances from Fallout Boy's Patrick Stump, excuse me, Miguel and Styles P, and others. In November 2016, he released a compilation mixtape with to promote Javadi Media's developing artists. Awful people are great at parties. 2017 saw two releases from Qweli: The Seven, a joint effort with Styles P of The Locks in April, and his eighth solo album, Radio Silence, in November. Qweli published his memoir Vibrate Higher, a rap story, in 2021, partnering with Up Rocks in June 2019. Talib Qweli launched a weekly podcast called The People's Party, and with co-host Jasmine Lay. Uh, the show was aired over 100 episodes to date. Guests guests include the late great DMX, Ice Cube, and The Game. During the 2020 COVID-19 slamdemic, Talib teamed up with former collaborator Yasin Bey and longtime friend Dave Chappelle to work on Talib's second podcast venture, The Midnight Miracle. He also confirmed that he plans to reunite with Madlib to offer Liberation 2 and Mos Def for a sophomore Black Star release. Okay, let's see. Yes, in 2011, Qweli founded Javadi Media, an independent label. Signed artists have included Corey Mo, Jessica Care Moore, Kay Valentine, and Brazilian MC Nico Is. So yeah, I'm not even gonna get. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me see what else we have to talk about. So I guess the only thing that we could talk about next is some upcoming games that's coming out. Yeah, upcoming games that's coming out. Just a second. When I can find it, let me just find it. Let me just find it. Yes, here it is. Here it is. All right, we got some December releases and stuff that we need to go over. And this is for the gamers out there. This is the video game chamber segment, and let's get into it right about now. Okay, we got some December releases that we need to go over. And the games that just went by already. So, starting with Resident Evil Village Winter's expansion for Nintendo Switch already out already. We have another game that's already out already, the Callisto Protocol. That's already out already. Let's get into the review. All right, so nearly a decade and a half ago, Visceral Games released Dead Space, a now cult classic survival horror game inspired by the likes of Alien and The Thing. All right, you already know that I have an issue with the word cult, man. Like, why are you calling it a cult, man? Like, just call it a fucking classic. Damn, man, is that so fucking hard? Sheesh. It just amazed me for me to see the word cult on there, man, and it's just crazy, man. If you ever yearned for a return to its mix of sci-fi and horror, or if you want a near identical experience to Schofield's first survival horror hit, you are in luck. Schofield's latest, the Callisto Protocol, veers incredibly close to Dead Space for both better and worse. Unfortunately, though, it's far too familiar. There are glimmers of greatness, namely in its opening hours, but what unfolds after is a tiresome and uninspiring 8 hours that feel like a relic of the past. The Callisto Protocol is set primarily in Black Iron Prison and the surrounding area on one of Jupiter's moons, Callisto. After a crash landing, correctional officers imprison protagonist Jacob Lee and Danny Nakamura in Black Iron Prison. Something goes wrong. Jacob escapes his cell and shortly after meets his first biophage, a highly mutated monstrosity who's more fleshy, um, pestulating gore than human. The game introduces its unique melee combat system here, and it's one of the highlights. Dodging by pulling left and right on the control stick is engaging, as are the heavy and slow swings of Jacob Melee's attack. Each hit carries a ton of impact, and with proper timing and precise dodges, I took down enemies using just this electrified prison baton in a satisfying way. Guns are later folded into the mix, but they are not as satisfying as the baton, nor do they meaningfully differentiate themselves from one another. Upgrading my baton to keep it useful until the end the end felt like a necessity. Although ammo is plentiful if you wish to go into encounters with guns blazing, the telekinesis like pull and throw GRP system is useful and fun, but there's disappointingly little to do with it beyond throwing enemies into the same three types of instant death machinery off a ledge or away from you. Oh shit. You are asked by characters talking through the radio to go here and there, and right when you show up, something goes wrong, and you need to meet them at this location instead. After a few hours, I was predicting most of the story beats in advance, all the while being fed breadcrumbs of a larger narrative. Sure, things happen, but I rarely saw a semblance of the game's overarching story until the final hour, at which point it felt like a rush dump of information, while Danny's story, which weaves in and out of Jacob's throughout the duration of the game, comes to satisfying conclusion. Jacob's does not, ending with a scene that feels inorganically enticing and designed to ensure I purchase the upcoming story DLC. The final boss before this disappointing climax and exhausting and excuse me, repetitive fight that feels like those of yesteryear. The one every game had to include, even if it didn't prove necessary. This wasn't the only disappointing boss. All of them left me feeling empty and annoyed at the lack of variance. You fight the same enemy type as a boss multiple times throughout the game, just in different arenas. Most bosses can kill you in one hit, which takes away the earned stress of survival horror. I wasn't desperate to find ammo or a health pack to survive by the skin of my teeth. Um, I was just jogging away to ensure its hits didn't land close to me. Furthering my frustrations is a bad checkpoint system. You must redo the entire battle if you die by insta kill, even at the tail end of a boss fight. If you have to kill a few enemies before that battle, you need to do that again too. The same goes for ammo, audio logs, and other resources as well. Even if you save right where you like to pick off, like to, excuse me, where you like to pick up post death after doing this kind of preparation. Bad checkpointing is also present in standard enemy encounters, which quickly became stale. Listening to audio logs, which adds small touches of need flavor of the area you are playing through, requires you to stay in the log menu, and you can't move or search the environment while listening. The death animations are exciting and gruesome, but they lack variety. They are buggy too, and some death scenes are drastically more interesting to watch play out than others. A biophage pulling Jacob's eyes out of the sockets, for example, is great, but watching an enemy knock Jacob to the ground in an unintentionally hilarious and anticlimactic ragdoll-like fashion falls flat. Damn. So gun animations, which play when switching weapons, look nice at first, but you must agonizingly sit through each to use a new weapon. If you aim too early or hit reload during the animation, the sequence ends and the weapon you were using prior to attempting this change returns. This is frustrating this is frustrating during tense combat encounters where I'm flipping through my handful of weapons to find the right one. A unique quickfire um, mechanic that auto locks onto an enemy's weak point at the end of a melee combo is a nice addition to um, the combat systems. But if your equipped weapon is out of ammo or requires reloading and you don't realize it, you hit fire only for nothing to happen, leaving you open for damage. The Callisto protocol dies by 1,000 cuts such as these. Damn. These various problems aside, though, the Callisto protocol is still doing a lot of what Dead Space did, for better and worse. And to that end, there are moments of fun, even if in contrast they are light on genuine terror. I'm okay with the Callisto protocol being another version of its spiritual predecessor, but it struggles to nail even the basics. As a result, I'm underwhelmed, annoyed, and disappointed. as some people should. If you wanted anything more out of this second crack at making a new sci-fi IP in survival horror, or something markedly different that acknowledges just how far gaming has come since 2008, the Callisto Protocol is not your answer. Oh boy, wow. Wow. All right. So we got some other games that already came out already. So Divine Knockout for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Hello Neighbor 2, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And Sky Children of the Light PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 already came out. Chained Echoes already came out. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC already came out already. Crossfire Legion for PC. Metal Hellsinger, PlayStation 4, Xbox One already came out already. Vampire Survivors, iOS and Android. Choo Choo Charles for PC. Dragon Quest Treasures, Switch, Nintendo Switch. Wavetail, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And Crisis Core Fantasy, what is it? 7. Yes, 7. Reunion, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Already came out yesterday. Also came out yesterday is Gris. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series already came out already. Also came that another game that came out yesterday, High on Life for Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC. Neon White, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, December 13th. Night in the Woods, PlayStation 5, December 13th. Overland, PlayStation 5, also came out already. Today, the games that's out, which is December 14th, Little Gator Games, Nintendo Switch, PC, December 14th. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series. The Witcher Wild Hunt, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt Complete Edition, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. And also I will go over what's going to come out for December 15th. And of course, December 16th. I'll go over December 15th and 16th in the next episode. So I'm thinking I'm going to wrap this up right here, man. Whatever games I didn't get the chance to read the gameplay and all that other stuff, I'll do that in the next episode right here. So, without further ado, this is going to be a wrap right here. So, of course, the last segment of the day is going to be stream choices on the go, man. Let's go. Yes, you know what to do, folks. For those of you that's listening from all over the world, of course, the USA, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 boroughs of New York, of course. If you like what you heard in today's episode and any previous episodes whatsoever, why don't you go ahead and show some love by following Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast on Instagram, alongside with my other show, which is the Sports Edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks Podcast. In case anybody's wondering what TLKS stands for, it stands for Talks. I didn't have room to put an A in there, so I just put the initials. So you guys get the gist of this shit, though. Also, you follow my number one show with 214 episodes already. Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast. And alongside with myself is the homie right here, myself, G Money Stacks. You can follow me on the gram on the primary handle G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Turn on your notifications for updates and details in case anything comes up, any delays or whatever. I'll fill you in on that. And for the most important part, you can go to the link in bar where it says Linktree / Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. And now we're gonna go into where you can actually listen to the episodes and stuff. So you can leave a voice message on anchor.fm / Meticulous Vibe Juice Pod. All right. Yeah, and speaking of Anchor, that's where we're gonna start with. Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and you can listen to Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast review show on Radio Public alongside with iHeartRadio, the #1 app for music, radio, and podcast, and you don't need a credit card or a debit card to download these apps. It's absolutely free to download on your iPhones, your Androids, your iPads, your Android tablets. And of course, make sure you follow my other two shows that's also on iHeartRadio as well, which is the Sports Edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast. And of course, my #1 show, Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast as well. And make sure you catch up on all the episodes on not only this show right here, but also the other shows as well. And last but not least, make sure you grab that subscribe button on the Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast YouTube channel page. Click the noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and the review topics that's being discussed. More video content, upcoming episodes, and previous episodes whatsoever. Make sure you share the videos, share the episodes, download these episodes. Very important. Make sure you also listen, stream, watch the episodes in case you miss any of them whatsoever. That would be appreciated. And of course, tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, plus. This is a plus. And that includes sharing the podcast with your husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, and the people you are cool with from work and everywhere else where you meet people and stuff face to face, whether at a party or wherever it is. Just do the best you can to spread the word. All right, that's gonna do it for episode 102, titled "Is Brooklyn in the House? Say It Now." Dedicated to Brooklyn music artists and groups, and remember, the grind is a stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and you have to earn it. Also, New York wasn't built in a day. You just have to trust the process on whatever craft you are doing, whether it's podcasting, whether it's radio personality, media personality, whatever career field you're doing, man. You just gotta trust your instincts, your gut feeling, and follow your goals and dreams that makes you smile and clicks to you while you on your P's and Q's that gets you into your zone creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And alongside with finding your voice, be yourself, and also be confident in what you do. And make sure you do this on a consistency basis, because once you're consistent, you will gain a lot of success. Take it from me. I already made it so far. And yeah. So that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening, tuning in, and rocking with me on this episode right here. I appreciate every single one of you, especially those who got a chance to listen to the episodes of the podcast, even though there's been some technical difficulties and stuff, but y'all still rocked with me, never gave up on me. And of course, thank you to Spotify Wrapped for making this presentation for me. And I already posted it on my Instagram podcast page, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, and along with the other podcast pages whatsoever. If you guys didn't see, you can take a look. It's on the page on Instagram. So, yeah. So, I'm off this shit. Thank you very much. Peace and one love. And stay tuned for episode 103, which I had to postpone it to tomorrow because I have to take care of the New York podcast episodes and, of course, the sports podcast. Tune in next time when we go over the movies involving the military. The next time is going to be Military Time, which is episode 103, reviewing The General's Daughter, The Hurt Locker, Saving Private Ryan, and alongside with American Sniper. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. All right. It's not going to be today. I have to postpone it to the next day to actually make room to take care of 3 New York episodes, which I have to do next. So, thank you. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace and one love. And enjoy the rest of your night. And, of course, the rest of your day and the night. So, I'll see you later. Good night.